Now, you know, a lot of people be saying, oh, you know, I got to pay my tithes. I got to give my money to the Lord. I want to be blessed and give my money to God, right? Well, we got an auntie here that's going to point out something I've been saying a long time ago. Well, let's go ahead and roll that.
Why in the world do you keep saying that you're giving your money to God instead of telling the truth? You're giving your money to the pastor. Why you keep doing this here? Why you keep doing it? Leave God out of the equation, y'all, because y'all keep acting like God broke. This God money. God ain't giving you no money and then he going to take it back. What's wrong with you? Whatever God give you, he give you to do what you want to do with it. Just say you want to give the money to the pastor and stop saying you're giving it to God, because God ain't broke. He owned the moon and Saturn and Pluto, y'all. He owned all the stars in the sky. And let me tell you this here. If he give you a building, he qualified to take care of it. He qualified to send somebody your way to pay the building off. That's the kind of God I serve. Now, I don't know what God you talking about. The God I serve is rich. He's on the whole world. He don't need your money, not the God I serve. Now, if your God wants you to give your money to the pastor, just say that. And stop saying, your God, you giving money to God like he broke and he needs your money. No, man needs your money, not God. I'll talk to you later on the next video. Lord, we need to grow up or get some sense in our brains. What's going on here, y'all?
Now, Auntie is 1,000% correct. You was giving your money to the pastor so he can do whatever he want to do with it. How many of these big time pastors do you see living in these mansions, you know, and everything, and the people in their congregation is struggling? She's right. You're not giving your money to God. Well, like, God don't need your money. She's right. God owns it all. What God gonna do with a piece of paper when everything is his and he could take it at any given time, right? I say if you want to pay your tithes, man, take 10%. You know, if you want to do something nice for somebody, well, take 10% of your income if you want to and help a homeless person with that 10%. Or take 10% and tip a waiter or waitress the 10% of your income to bless them, right? You know, take 10% of your income and, you know, help, you know, a child or an individual family that may be in need. That's what you can do with 10%. If you want to give 10% of your income to anything, do it on an individual basis. Say, I'm going to tithe to the people, because helping people is being an extension to the hand of God, not giving it to this church house. When you don't see the, now, the only way I say it's okay to give it to the church house, unless you constantly see them doing work in the community. And if they doing work in the community and they actually operating like a church should be operating, then, I'll say, okay. Or you can give money to a black school. Let's say we have a black run school, kids are there. Hey, you want to give your 10% of your income to the black school, because you want to make sure to help more black children get in with a, you know, tuition or something like that. Like, there's so many different ways you can take 10% of your income and do something nice if you want to do something nice to somebody. But giving it to these pastors, they are tax-free. You're not tax-free. He or she is. Yeah, you're giving them free money and it's donations. So they don't have to pay taxes on nothing. So they getting 100% free money, don't have to pay taxes on a single thing because it came through the church house. But yeah, they'll argue down and say they're giving it to God. That's why I don't fool people. I can't fool their churches. I don't go to nobody's church. I believe in prayer. I pray to the Lord all the time. I really do. And the purpose of Christ coming was to have you to have direct access to God. And you don't have to go through no priest or no preacher to get access to God. You can go directly yourself 24/7, 365. So you don't need to be in a church to have a relationship with God. You don't need to go to a church to live a moral life. You don't need to go to a church to read the Bible, to study the Bible. You don't need any of that. And you sure don't need their permission to do anything nice for anybody. Because call it what it is. The church house is only 2 or 3 hours on a Sunday. The rest of the week, you live in your life in the world. So that's the thing. So don't let these preachers, you know, and people convince you, well, I'm giving it to God. You're not giving nothing to God. You're giving it to that preacher. And Auntie is spot on.